Hello, guys. Hi, guys. Hello. Hey, let me get some water real quick. I just came back from work. Not really, but I just came back home. Had a very long day. And this day started very early as well. Um, I had a dream at night, but I didn't have an opportunity to record it when I woke up. Had no time at all, so I kind of hope I still have it all in my memory. At least the most important parts. Well, let's see. 1 second. I'm gonna take my jacket off. Wait here. Wait here. Don't go anywhere. I kind of just want to get the video out of the way before I forget everything. So, the dream I had was kind of cool. We're continuing the theme of exes appearing in my dreams, girls I used to date. We're past the mother saga. We're past mother appearing in my dreams arc. Now it's the girls I used to love. So let me take my shoes off real quick and tell you about the dream I had. So okay, so here's how the dream went. In the dream, I was staying in Amsterdam in a big apartment there, a very big apartment. Um, I think I was staying there with my current girlfriend. She was with me at the time in the dream, and the apartment we had was kind of like really big compared to all the other apartments that I've had. Um, but suddenly, I received a message from from the girl I used to date in high school. And here's the thing. So the background to the dream is apparently inside the dream. This is not in real life. Has nothing to do with real life. So inside this dream, the girl used to live in Amsterdam as well. And she had this apartment. I think she was either the owner or the primary renter of this apartment. And she went away for a couple of years, and I sub rented the apartment from her, or rented in case she was an owner. She was the owner. Um, so that's the dream background. In real life, she was the girl I used to date when I was in high school, in the last year of high school. She was a couple of years younger than me, very pretty, red hair. Um, at the end of the day, it really didn't really work out between us, even though I was really happy with her, but I felt like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna move away from this. I didn't really feel like it was working out for me. But I still was in friendly terms with her, and I think actually that um, she didn't get over me until a much later date. I think she was still in I wouldn't say maybe in love, maybe simply very much interested in me as time went on. Um, but of course, time passes everything. Um, Old feelings are forgotten, and that was her story. She lives in Switzerland now, and she is very rich. Her parents are very rich. She's the kind of rich where you don't really even have to work at all your whole life. Um, you're just born into the right family and like you're set. You're good to go for life. So that was her situation. So that explains kind of in real life, and that explains why in my dream she was the owner of this lavish big apartment that was sub-renting from her or renting from her. So suddenly in the dream, she sends me a message that uh, I gotta move out of the apartment because she's coming back, presumably from Switzerland. Um, I get kind of upset about it because I remember. Okay, so one thing I remember is that I had a lot of stuff in that apartment. Like it was big, but it was really stuffed with things. I think I had at least like 3 televisions, like for real, 3 TVs in that apartment, like one in every room. There were more rooms without the TVs, but like every major room had a TV. kind of kind of dope. I don't know if I would want that in real life. I think one TV would be more than enough for me. I mean, after all, you cannot like really watch more than 2 TVs at once. Sorry, I'm tired. I don't know where I'm going with this. Let me get a chair to put my legs on. And I was like, man, I gotta move all these TVs now because she's coming back. That kind of sucks. Um, but the emotion I was feeling was actually shame. Because for one reason or another, I was really scared to admit to her that I was dating another girl and that, we were living together in her apartment. For some reason, it felt like a very shameful thing for me. I don't know why. And actually, I met her. Well, the last time I've seen her was a while back, years ago. But I remember that time. At that time, when I met her, I was also sort of ashamed to tell her that um, I was dating another girl, and even though she asked me, I remember she asked me that day, but we were both smoked. We smoked some weed on that day, and I got really high. It was horrible. It was really embarrassing. One of the most shameful days of my life when I got so high out of my mind I couldn't even answer a simple question. That's why I don't smoke weed anymore. So I don't get into embarrassing situations like that one. Um so so yeah, that's what I think. I felt shamed that day, and I think that must have been something that carried over into my dream, even though it was years ago at this point. Years. Mm, but then suddenly, inside this dream, as I was packing and moving and so on, the apartment started expanding. Like it became bigger and bigger and bigger. You know how spaces and things transform inside your dreams? That was exactly the kind of moment. So suddenly, and the layout of the apartment was you enter this big, very wide corridor. It was a modern style, like modern style apartment. Very wide, big, big corridor that goes all very far to the front. And on the sides, you have semi-open rooms, so you only have like walls separating them. You don't have like side walls separating them. You don't have front walls. You don't have entrances into the rooms. They kind of blend into that corridor. But the apartment itself must have been at least 200 square meters, at least. Um, and I had the feeling that, okay, so the apartment is really good, but the location isn't the best. It wasn't very central. It was more like a suburb, sleeping neighborhood, this sort of thing. And I cannot remember anything else from that dream, except that I don't know. Let me try to describe a mix of feelings I got this, because this was a very emotive dream. Sometimes a lot of the dreams that I've described before, they might be vivid, they might have interesting things happening in them, but they don't make you feel things. And this dream made me feel things. It made me feel longing, it made me feel nostalgia, made me feel lust. I don't know why. Made me feel at peace, but also kind of not at other points made me very worried. It was a cocktail. It was a whole bouquet of emotions that that dream evoked in me that I still felt as I woke up. Very good start of the day. Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot really remember what else happened inside the dream. I was living in an apartment. The girl told me that she was coming back. Apartment grew big. I started packing. I'm sure some other things happened as well, but it's one of those things that it was one of those dreams that's not really fun to talk about, but was very pleasant to experience. The primary colors were blue and orange and white. There was sort of evening, late afternoon atmosphere to it, like autumn, October, late afternoon atmosphere. Very nostalgic. Yeah. Difficult to describe feelings, huh? Especially when they are so deep and, well, so deeply felt. I wonder how she's doing, that girl. She obviously doesn't live in Amsterdam. She lives in Switzerland in real life. Wonder if she still remembers me. Oh, probably. I mean, I remember her. Should I send her a message? No, no, definitely not. There isn't really anything to talk about. I'm not even sure if I would want to meet her, even if I was in Switzerland. But still, the memories are of the time we spent together are really. Well, let's just say I'm really happy that I have them. Those memories make me feel things, yeah. Deep longing. Yeah, I don't want to get all dramatic, but you see the irony and humor again. Trying to cover the things that I really feel. But then again, there is no reason to get dramatic over it. It's just. Sorry. I just came back from an office party, and I've drank, I've drunk, I have consumed 1 glass of beer and 3 glasses of wine, which doesn't really make me drunk, but it makes me tipsy. and prone to incoherent ramblings and reminiscence of past emotions. And yeah, you see, I'm almost at the point of sending a message to my ex-girlfriend from high school. I should go read a book. I was gonna watch the new episode of Breaking Cold Saul, but I think I'm gonna go read a book. I'm actually done with all the books that I had that I reviewed during my book unboxing. I'm reading some other stuff that I had. Reading a book about mythology, Hermeticism, magic, alchemy, um, and other very interesting things like that. I'm kind of really vibing with it so far. What did I say? I'm kind of really vibing with it so far. Sorry. Man, shout out to my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend who I used to date when I was in high school. You know, what else do people say when they shout somebody out? I don't know, I think I should just end this video. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Have a good evening. Have a good evening.